Hey, what's up? This is Michael.
This is Ryan. Welcome to another episode of All Day Unpacked. We got a lot going on. We've got a lot of games going on that we want to talk about that have finally actually hit, and we can see what they look like. So I'm sure you've got all the details as you always do. So why don't we jump into that first? Unless you got something better to
Yeah,
get into.
no, man, let's do it. So I saw you. I see you wheeled up the big board today.
I did.
So that's nice. We'll see if we can what we can do here or we can share. Um, but let's kind of we'll run through some of the games and what's going on and such or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and the different modes now that they're out and official. So which
Yes.
is awesome. So there's playbooks, and then there's also kind of one little piece that was announced, but it's not been fully like they haven't fully explained what it's going to be yet. So we're not, and that's that huddles piece.
Sure.
So we'll get to that, but that's not a like it's not all like the full details haven't been released yet. So anyway, um, there's the playbook here, and we like we talked about before. There's the free mode, the classic mode, and the pro mode. And so the nice thing about this free mode is that again, it's a lot like last year where they had that. And the prize pool right now, they have the $10,000, and it is free to play, right? I mean, so you can't ask for much more. This is going to be a good way to bring some people in.
Yeah.
Um, but you got, again, you got your 11 positions here. You just got to bring in people that do these different things. And again, you can just pick anybody you want. Doesn't matter what moments you have or don't have.
Yep.
There's no nothing. It's just you play who you want to play, and predict this. So the one thing I saw that was interesting though that they're doing for kind of like tiebreaker purposes and such, and I don't know if you picked up on this, is this extra point. So there's a goal, right? So if you look here, my quarterback has a goal of 200 yards, but I get an extra point if he hits 300 yards.
Mm.
So this is new. So last year it was kind of like an all or nothing. And
Yep.
this year there's like a lower number, which like the 200, right? Which a lot of
Sure.
quarterbacks will hit.
Yeah.
But then if they hit 300, that's an extra point.
Got
And
it.
so we see that throughout this whole thing. And I think that's how we're going to get kind of more of the tiebreakers with these. Otherwise, it would probably be a pretty, it would be a lot of people splitting the pots and,
Right. Right.
tying. So this is an interesting way. So again, like rushing touchdowns for a running back, the goal's one, the stretch goal's two. And if you hit that stretch goal, you get that extra point. So I like that. I like this as like a tiebreaker. You got any thoughts around that? Any
The tiebreaker part, I mean,
feedback?
I wonder. I mean, it seems like a lot of people play the same players though, so I don't know if how that's going to work out. Because let's take like Derrick Henry last year. Everybody
Yeah,
played Derrick Henry. That was like the go-to guy. So
yeah,
if everybody's playing the same person, I don't really know how that makes things different. But at the same time, there's enough picks that are in there that I feel like there'll be some differences. So that should kind of iron itself out. I feel like the
yeah. I
fact that
think,
they
and
have all these flex picks, last season you were picking five players. It was very easy to get a
right.
similar roster. This year, not even close. I think that'll probably separate the winners and losers. I don't know if the extra point will really make that much of a difference, but it's kind of a nice little feature, I guess.
I think that spread across the 11 players that will create a lot more variance.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
I'm completely on board. You're still going to see Derrick Henry get picked, but what I like about this is that, like for instance, this first week I had to pick three running backs, right? So, yes, everybody's going to pick Derrick Henry, but are you picking him for yards? Are you picking him for touchdowns? Are you picking him for
Sure.
receiving yards? So, same thing with like Saquon. Like
Yep.
it's going to be interesting to see where people put different guys because there's going to be weeks where Saquon has 170 yards but no touchdowns, or
Right.
a week that he has 65 yards but three touchdowns. And so it will be interesting to see how people kind of play around with the different variants and such. Because once you, especially like you said, once you get into the flex, now you're playing. You're digging deeper in the sense that you've got receivers, tight ends, etc. So I think there'll be some variance there.
Right.
Real quick, the prizes.
Right. I was just going through
The
those. Yeah.
Yeah. So first place is the $1,000 prize, 500 for second, 250 for third, and then from there it drops down all the way to 1,000. 1,000. The top 1,000 players are going to get a $5
$5.
prize,
Yeah.
which
I think
doesn't
that's
sound
the
like a
way.
lot, but we talked about this last year, spreading out the love, making everybody a winner, and it's look, $5 is better than no bucks, right? So
Yep.
that's a pretty good. I feel like that's a pretty good payout spread on these. So again, this is free mode, right? You don't have to own a single moment,
Right. But
and
a lot of people are
it's
going
a
to
great
play.
yeah. Well, it's a great way. Again, think about it. You come in, you don't own any moments, you place whatever, you get lucky and place fifth, you got $100. Now you're buying moments and you're playing in classic mode the next week. So
Right.
I think we're going to see a lot of people hopefully starting to buy some of the commons of the stars just to, like give it a try to see, maybe some top shot curiosity, kind of like, oh, I'll buy some commons and maybe a rare or two and just see if I can get some, balance that I can either use there. Maybe they bring it
Yeah.
over and use it at Top Shot. Who knows? But
Yeah.
nonetheless,
I kind of wondered
all
with
right.
that whole bit. It's like, what would have happened if they would have said that only, like if you're playing in the pro mode, you can't play in the free mode. Like, like what if they just would have kept
Your
the
high
free
rollers
mode?
club, yeah.
Well, not even a high rollers club, but just kept the free mode just for people. If you're playing in classic and pro, then you can't play free. To kind of
Well,
keep
but
that open to new people to win, to kind of, I mean, again, it hurts me, but I kind of wonder if sometimes that wouldn't bring in more people.
I mean, but here's the thing: if you play pro or classic mode, you have no advantage in free mode. Everybody who plays free mode has the exact same capability to win. So I don't think that's necessarily what we need to see with this mode, because it should be free mode should be best of the best. Like free mode should honestly be the most competitive of these,
Oh yeah,
of the three, because it is the most kind of just
yeah.
free for it is just the most equal playing field. Everybody has the exact same players to pick from,
I get
and
that.
no advantage, no nothing.
I just wonder if it wouldn't bring more winners to the new population, therefore incentivizing them to stick around. Instead of
I see
having
what you're
people like
saying, like in
me
sense
and
of
you
giving them
win
money,
the
but
free mode, even though there's more competition, if me and you win, it's like we've already
yeah,
been there, we've already got the T-shirt. It's like we're already in. It's like if they're really trying to
yeah.
get new users, I think that would be the way to do it. And I don't know. It's just a
I
suggestion.
hear you. I hear you, but I'll say that I think that like there'll be enough. There's enough prizes that some people will be able to win. I don't want to see people who are who are supporting this. Right? It's their money that they're giving away. Like the money I spend in this ecosystem is going to be given away in that free playbook. And
Mm-hmm.
so if I don't have a chance to win that back as a user, that doesn't sit well with me.
Greedy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on to classic mode. So this is where it gets kind of interesting, right? This is where we're going to start seeing like the cooldowns happen and things like that. So again, common and uncommons have that 3 week cooldown. So if you play it in week one, that's a 3 week cooldown, and then you're not able to play it again until week five. Um, Rares have a 2 week cooldown, and legendary and ultimates have a no cooldown. So this is really going to be an interesting one in the sense of not just for the week, but as people get strategic as they move through, and the leaderboards for the overall season, having those legendaries and ultimates are really going to pay off for some folks here, because it's going to give you the ability to play, whoever, like a Saquon Barkley week after week, a Derrick Henry week after week, a Lamar Jackson week after week, versus having that cooldown with the rare or the uncommon.
Got it.
Thoughts?
Um, I think there's enough players to go around that I don't think I mean, I guess if you just, I think you'll be fine. I don't really think it's going to affect you because, I mean, how often outside of a couple players did you play the same guy week in and week out?
I will say this, like I hear you, but think about, like, so with a 2 week cooldown, if you're using all rares, that means you need to have a rotation of 9 running backs in rares. And you have to be able to count on those guys to hit some of these numbers, right? So when we're looking at the predictions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even the quarterbacks, et cetera. So I need a running back that's going to hit, 75 yards plus, or 38-yard plus receiving for a running back,
Mm-hmm.
or get a running back that scores 2 touchdowns. So it's going to be interesting to see how you space those players out when there's certain players that people kind of count on. Now, finding a running back that's going to score 2 touchdowns in a week, that's going to be tough. But
That's gonna be tough
but
in
if you're
itself.
playing with rares, you're going to have to do a lot more schedule work. Meaning, if I'm playing with only rares, I got to look when I'm playing Saquon. I got to look at matchups now, right? Because if I only get to use them once every 3 weeks, then I need to see, like, is this the week? Who are they playing, a really stout defense? Like, are they playing a good line this week? Because if so, I don't
Right.
want to use Saquon that week. I
Yeah,
need to make sure I use him the week that it's beneficial for him.
right. But I mean, one way of also looking at this is that if everybody's playing, well, I guess they probably will have one winner. But I think the competition is going to be tougher if people are saving Saquon for the weeks where it gets kind of, I don't know, where like if they're playing a weaker team, people are going to try and use Saquon in that week. So it's like you're going to have a lot of people trying to use these moments in games where like the Eagles are playing a weaker team. So I think you're going to see a lot of like piling up where it's like if you were to play like
You
a Tony Pollard or some random name, like some random running back, you know,
I don't even know if he's in the league anymore, but yeah,
well, is
I
moments on there, but I mean,
yeah, I gotcha.
what I'm saying is,
Um,
yeah, I don't know. I guess I wonder how that'll like. It sounds like it works in theory. I just wonder how that really plays out. But I mean, to what you're saying is like by having the higher moments, the legendaries and things like that, then yeah, obviously it'd be to your advantage.
there's a definite advantage now. Your advantage is over time. I would say that if you when you're playing rares every third week, you're going to be at full, you're at full capacity. So you can still win. It's just you're going to have to be that much more into the weeds of matchups and things like that versus some people who own a good array of legendaries are just going to be able to slap those down every week and roll with that. So it'll be interesting to me to see the winners at the top. What like of the top, let's look at the top maybe 10, right? So the people who are pulling in the bigger dollars here, what percentage of them are playing all legendaries, what percentage are all rares, and then what percentage are kind of a mix of legendaries and rare. And I think that's what we'll see more of is kind of strategic legendary buying, right? So you're going to see a guy like a Saquon, a guy like a Joe Burrow, um, you know, guys who are kind of like stat heavy. I think we'll see their legendaries be premium sought after. And in fact, we're already seeing that in the marketplace
Hmm.
as people kind of prepare for this. Um, again, there's plenty of those legendary moments to go around, but it will be interesting to see how that drives the market, how that drives the floor value of those
Right.
moments.
And I understand the gambling aspect of this, but what I will say is,
Yeah.
is it really cost effective to go out and buy a $2,000 legendary when you're looking at the prize value and it's like
Wow,
you
come
basically
on! What two thousand
I'm
dollar legendary? $2,000 that get you an ultimate. There's not a
how much you
legendary
paying
that's
for a Saquon Barkley legendary?
right now.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Probably
two
like five,
thousand
600.
five or 600.
I mean, I will.
Saquon?
I'll tell you what. We'll look. I don't know. We'll look at the marketplace. It's a good Saquon Barkley legendary.
There's one for 1,000.
Well, yeah, he's got multiples. So 700, 599,
Okay.
999. So 599 is the low ask. Chances are good that you can probably get an offer. Um, this is ridiculous. 5,300 for this play, but I mean, I get it. That's the one to own if you're a Saquon fan. I know you don't love it. So this is like me watching the Bears Hail Mary play. You hate
Yep.
that too. I get it.
Yep.
Cool. So we're moving on. Anyway, $600 for a Saquon legendary.
Not sure if it's worth it,
I'm
but okay.
yeah. Anyway, point being, it you can say that it's not worth it, but if it wins you a couple, if you like gambling, you know, it's a losing proposition, of course, but at the same time, you're getting entertainment value out of it too,
Yes, you
and
are.
you have
You
the
are.
value of the moment. Like Saquon Barkley's moments have maintained value before this season rolled around. These prices were pretty much what they were. Like this is kind of
Yeah.
where it
Hey,
was.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying like I think the rare to me the rare is the nice fit because it's like sure you're flipping them every 3 weeks, but at the same time it seems like that is a price point that is very doable for a lot of people and I feel like, so I don't know if
I
most of your
agree.
winners
I
will be in
think
the rare category, but I think that you'll see like I feel like the rares will actually go up in value because that seems like the better deal. Maybe even the
so.
uncommons as well.
And the uncommons won't because they're the same as a common. So I think the
Oh, I thought you
uncommons
said the
actually kind of
rares were
lose out.
I thought rares and uncommons were the same. Sorry, I misheard.
No, commons and uncommon are the same. Rares
Ah,
are
yeah, okay.
are a week less. So but nonetheless, I will be
Okay.
interested to see kind of how the
Yep.
clumping of the winners go. So something we can kind of look forward to seeing.
Let's go Rares.
Prizes obviously are a little bit more. $5,000 for the top, then 2,000, 1,000 for third place, 500 for fourth and fifth,
Okay.
250 through the top 10, and then 150 even for finishing top 20.
Yeah.
And then you're getting into like 75, 40, all the way down to
I mean, hey,
251st to 500th, $7. Not bad.
you finish in 90th place and you're taking $40. That's not. I mean, again,
Yeah.
I mean,
Finishing in the top 100 gets you $40 a week, which is, again, like, is $40 in one week, like, great? No, but if you stack that over a season, right?
yeah,
$40 every week over 18, over 18 weeks,
yeah,
that's what, 750-ish.
sure.
Um, so 760, I guess. Sorry, math was a little off there. But nonetheless, it's like that, that's a decent take home.
Yep.
All right. Now, let's move into the big dogs, the high rollers club, as you like to call it. So the pro playbook came out.
Yep.
They've announced the first 4 weeks. You'll be happy to know. I know we talked about this before, but in case somebody missed it, and I love the smile on your face when you hear this. They have talked about the potential of team moments being worked into the playbook later in the season. So it looks like they're kind of chunking the weeks, but it looks like every 4 or 5 or so,
Okay.
because they've announced the first 4 weeks. So there's no team moments for the first 4 weeks at least.
Sure.
But hey, consider this our formal plea to use team moments in the playbook. Like, give these godforsaken moments some utility, please. Like, it's
Yeah.
just such a layup. Just do it.
I,
Just
I'm
do it as a defense, special teams, anything.
I'm waiting to just dunk when we get to another part here. So I'll
All
I'll,
right.
I'll
Well,
save all my energy.
I know where you're dunking. So, all right, we'll keep going through this. So, again, the first 4 weeks have been announced, as you can see here. The first week, all day debuts. So every moment you play has to be a debut moment. Now, what gets interesting here is that the cooldowns also are in effect. So if you play a debut of Mahomes, who's a rare, you can only play him once, and then he's 2 weeks off.
Sure.
You aren't able to play him again unless it's a rookie year badge. So it's going to be interesting to see how the like this is going to get very kind of strategic, because all day debuts, legendaries,
Yep.
that is gonna speak to a lot of the rookies from the 2023 season where they did the dynamic moments,
Yep.
where you saw some of those guys, and then the series one and series two, where you saw some of those guys have debuts that were actually legendary moments. So it'll be very interesting to see. Like, I think there'll be a lot more kind of shuffling here versus, I think, the normal playbook. We'll see a lot of the same players, but some of these requirements are going to make things very interesting, very fast for people here.
Yes.
Week two, we're seeing the rookie year badge. So again, can he, like, Mahomes won't even be available this week because he's got no rookie year badge. No, I take that back. They did do a rewind on him. So we're going to see some of those historical rewinds that are the 2024 historicals that they did, those like 5 year rewinds where they gave rookie moments to some of the current players, some of those legendaries that people kind of slept on. So those are going to become valuable now. So now we're going to start to see the value of like some of those moments that people kind of didn't really get into. Those are now valuable, right? Then week three, we're back to all day debuts.
Yep.
And then week four, this is something we asked for, and I love to see this. Launch codes, ground greatness, defensive gems, whiteout wonders. So this is the 2024 series, although launch codes was around before.
Yep.
All those other series are 2024 series, but
Yeah.
launch codes is something that is all the way back to series one. And so this is going to be a fantastic way for people who collected those sets to actually utilize those moments. Now, they're all rares again, but what I think this does is, I think when I look at this pro playbook, I actually think this really favors people who have strong rare collections,
Yep.
because again, debuts, rookie years, and um, and then again, week four is just all rare collections. So you are looking at a really strong concentration of rare moments and using them strategically here in this pro playbook. So what they did here is this is the big dog playbook, but they made it for people who have strong collections of rares versus just people who have legendary collections.
Correct. No, and I think they've done this right. This feels good. I feel like they're going in the right direction with this. I'm very.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to obviously see how it plays out, but I like what they've done, and yeah, like you said, it's kind of like it's kind of for people who have a lot of legendaries and things like that, but it's also for the people that have collected a lot of rares. So they've kind of found a
Yeah.
way to include kind of everybody on that front. So, and I think
I'll go.
the cooldown period's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, and so I'll go on a limb here and say that I think that the legendary holders, people who hold more legendaries, will fare better in the regular playbook, the classic. They'll do better in classic than they'll do in pro. I think pro is going to show you people who study ball a little bit more, people who, well, who also get lucky, but people who kind of look at the schedule, can figure out like matchups,
Yeah.
get into that your daily fantasy players, your really, the guys that really dig into that, they're going to shine in this one because they're going to understand how to move their lineups to match the conditions, the matchups, the games and such to utilize those rares. And again, it's not a super high barrier or cost of entry to
Yep.
get those rares. And the beauty of that is when you look at the prize pool, it's the best prize pool there is, right? $10,000 for top, 5,000 for second, 2,500 for third, fourth
Yeah.
and fifth, $1,000. You finish in the top 10, you're still pocketing $800. You finish in the top 20, 400, 50, 150. So
Right.
you've got really, again,
And
finishing in
there's
the
not going to
top
be that
50
many
for
people
a week.
playing.
I think there will be because again, I think the rares, I think that there
But
will
not
be
not in comparison to classic or free. That's what I'm saying. Like I think the
um
numbers will probably drop down significantly.
true. I don't know about how significant this versus classic. That's a great, like that'll be something that's really interesting to see. Free is going to be
Yeah,
everybody and their mother, right? Like every account can play free, and all of the new people can play free. And if you're starting to see some things that they've been talking about. Like I see all the game scores up here, so that we can stay in, kind of in this ecosystem throughout. Like if I can stay here Sunday and get all of the updates and see all of like the, big plays and who scored the touchdown and who did this or whatever. I think this could be a really positive step for this ecosystem because
sure.
if you look at like the collectors and people like I would say that what 90% of them play fantasy football probably in some format or another. And so being able to bring them into this ecosystem where I think one of the problems that we talked about was like you're looking at all day, but then you want to look at other things and it wasn't like you could stay self-contained in all day.
Sure.
Now you're getting to a point where you might be able to do that.
Yeah. 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 Agreed. No, I mean I like it.
All right.
I think I think the floor price of rares is going to start to climb from this. I think that's what that's going to do. I think it's going to
Yeah,
bump up
if
the
they bring
rares.
in new users, that's if again, all
Even
they
if it
gotta do is
doesn't
start bringing in some new users.
even if it doesn't bring, I think that you're going to get
Yeah,
some of the people who own less that are going to start trying to pick up rares to get involved in the pro playbook. So by doing that, they're going to start buying more rares and therefore bumping the floor up. That's what I would think.
I mean, I think right now, I think the thing to analyze would be go look at like ground greatness, go look at wideout wonders. How are those rare moments doing? Like the studs in those series, if those are moving,
I think it's
that's a
too
good
early for
barometer.
that. Yeah, I think it's too early for that. I think this is going to take a couple weeks to pick up
I
because
don't think it's too early, and only because I think people like to get out in front. They like want to be ahead of like because everybody. If you wait too
I'm
long,
talking
then
about the
it's
new
gonna.
users. I'm talking about like
Yeah, I
not
understand.
not like the people who
Not the
do
exist. Okay, got it.
exist. I'm
Okay.
talking about the people that are trying to.
All right. I hope you're warmed up because here we go. It's time to talk about Pick'em.
Yeah.
You ready to go ham?
Yep. I
All
don't
right.
even go that ham. I think the biggest thing about this is, and I'm glad they're doing it. Let me just say that first of all, like at least they got it out there. I'm
Yep.
happy. But the thing, and maybe here's the thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's it's the prizes that's killing me. So when you go to prizes, am I wrong in my thinking? But is there just a seasonal, like whoever wins the entire season gets that?
That's right.
There's no
That's
weekly
right.
winner. I mean, What
That's right.
the fuck? Like, yeah. I mean that was a huge. I mean, again, they could have made it a kick in the balls every week.
Yeah.
It's why. I mean, maybe they thought there'd be too many ties. I don't know, but
There would there.
they could
I
have
mean,
made
that honestly, yeah,
tiebreakers.
that's it.
They could have easily built in like a tiebreaker thing. Um, I don't know. I you know, again, 5,000 for a season. I think the interest is going to get lost. If you start to get behind, everybody's going to start dropping out. So great for the people that are winning, but it's not going to keep people engaged. So this is going
Well,
to be
there
this
is a reward to 1,000 people. So I think as long as you stick with it, you'll. I would imagine that if as long as you stick with it, you got a decent shot of at least winning a few bucks.
is it worth it? I mean,
Here's the thing: you're already here. So yeah, I agree.
yep.
It is a little disappointing that there is not a weekly prize, but that said, I think you're going to see so many people. Like, if a few thousand people play this, you would have like a 40-way tie every week.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is I thought that like again, this is where I thought they could have used team moments. You know, like again,
Yeah.
if you had the team moment, then you could have picked the team. It's I think they're trying to create this mode where everybody gets to play, and
Yep.
I don't know. I
Yeah. I mean, I think
I want everybody to be able to play, but everybody can afford team moments. It's like the bottom of the barrel right
right.
now. So it's like
Yeah.
that's how you bring the bottom of the barrel out of the bottom of the barrel is you just make it a requirement. And
I gotta say I agree with you. I think that it's or just do this or have two tracks, right? Have a free mode that's a season long, and
yeah,
then have something for people who own team moments and let them play. Um, I
yeah,
will say this that I'm glad that if it's a season long thing and it's a free for all and it's you don't have to have team moments, I'm glad they're not giving away a lot of money on this. I would be if they're giving away a lot of money on this to people who are just picking games and there was no ownership to it over, I'd be pissed, right? So look, they're giving away 20 grand over the course of a season for a
yeah,
pick'em contest. Like this is just like
yeah.
a for funsies thing, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
I think when we first heard about it, we thought, "Oh man, this is it. They're going to use team moments," and I wish they would have, and given something a little bit more meaty of a prize there. They could have even done cooldowns, right? Like you can't, like if you pick, like you have to pick like 7 teams that win this week, and if you have the rares, then you have a cooldown. You can't pick that team next week. It's you have to wait an extra week, and if you
There's
have the
still
legendary, then you can't.
there's still
So
time on the clock. They can still like
no, they can't.
they could do a
No.
weekly thing halfway through the season. There's still time.
No, they won't. Look, maybe someone else needs to privately develop it and do something for fun like that. But it's not.
Fuck.
I will tell you right now that there's not going to be. They're gonna like tweak the games or whatever
Yep.
more on the playbook side where they can.
Yep.
But this is just a season. This is just like a little for funsy thing. I don't. This was kind of like a let's have some fun. And I look if and now that I know that's what it is, and my hopes are not up anymore, I'm fine with it, and I won't ever expect more out of it. But it is. This is like kind of
I'll
just
be
like a
dead by the time they get this
throwaway
right.
for fun. You might be. We all might be. All
Yep.
right, one and done.
Yeah.
So, um, first of all, one and done is seasonal, which is interesting.
Yep.
So it is a. So we don't know what like. Do we know what a season is yet? I don't think we do. Do we? Is
Mm,
it 4 weeks? I think they said it was 4 weeks,
can you
right?
click on the weeks up above where it said week one?
Let's
There
see,
was
week
a
one. No.
overview. No, it looked like you could.
Oh, here we go. Play week. Oh no, just week one right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So they'll add it. I'm like 90% sure they said it was a 4 week. It's a 4 week season. So
Hmm.
over the 4 weeks, you get to play these guys. But again, once they're gone, they're gone. Like once you've played Joe Burrow, you don't play him again.
Is he gone for the 4 weeks or is he gone for the entire season?
That's a very good question. I think he's gone for the whole season, right?
My
Is that not the
interpretation of this, of what's going on here, is that this is the entire season of the NFL, the rest of the season. Once you use a player, they're gone for the rest of the season.
correct? Like all 18 weeks.
Right. So my thought is like when you play Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he's not playing,
Yep.
if you select him, you don't get him ever
He might
again for
be.
the. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. No, once you use a player, they're gone for the rest of the season. Yep. So it says right here, yeah, once they're gone for the rest of the season. But what I'm saying is the scoring, like the leaderboard.
and I don't know if you saw that
It's
below. It did say a playoff push. Save him for the playoff push. So this is through not just through the season. This is through the entire season, through the playoffs as well.
well,
It says right
the
there.
playoff
Once you use a
push.
player, they're
I
gone
don't
for the
think.
rest
I
of the
think of the
season.
playoff push is not the playoffs, but the end of the season, the push to the playoffs.
So will you burn a star early for
Or a
a
monster score, or stash them for a
stash them for the
playoff
playoff
push.
push? Yeah. So to me, that indicates
No,
that
no, no. I
it's
would say the playoffs. The playoff push is the later weeks of the season. So what they're
the,
saying is, I'm telling you right now, it's not no, because they will do a separate playoff version of one and done. Would be my guess.
they. I mean, they need to get the flipping rules out. Then they need to clarify this.
I feel like they did somewhere. It's not on here, but I feel like they did clarify that and said
Wouldn't this be the
that. But
place to clarify it?
yeah, it should be probably more clarified there. But it is not including playoffs. The thing I would say though is like, so this says seasonal right here, right? So I see seasonal, but then when I go
Mm,
back and I look at the pick'em, and then I look at the leaderboard, oh, if I look at the prizes, it's seasonal as well. So this may just be a full season thing, but I swear I heard them say that they were going to break this up when they were doing the Ask Me Anything. They were
mm,
saying they would break this up into like smaller seasons.
got it.
But you're right. This should be that type of stuff should be out
Yeah.
clearly stated on this on this page.
And I don't. I mean, I'm assuming we don't have early access to anything here.
No, this is what everybody has right now.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is it a step in the right direction from last year? Absolutely. It looks
Yeah.
better than last year. I just wish the right hand side of that would have been a little bit better.
Yeah. And again, I think these are new things, so they're trying them and they're keeping them low dollar. And I respect that. Again, they're both
Yeah.
free to play.
It's not
So
about the
I don't
dollars,
want them
though.
giving
Yeah.
away tons of money to people like just for, like make them
Yeah.
earn it type of situation. So it's so anyway, so that's kind of the games. That's
Hmm.
kind of the walkthrough. The one thing that we didn't touch on was the huddles piece of this. Now,
We're just
I
kind of
don't we again the
speculating on
full
that,
it's
aren't we?
not speculation. It's been released. So what it is it is you and 10 other people who are in the all day ecosystem
Right.
team up, and your one and done scores combine, and then that just kind of goes throughout the season, the year, whatever, and then you get to whatever the cutoff point is, and then the team who wins some sort of prize. Now they haven't announced prizes or how it's going to work,
Sure.
but it's really interesting. But to me, that's interesting because that's a big like it's going to create a lot more kind of interaction in the community because now you got to branch out. You got to find 10 more people
Yeah.
who want to join up and do football with you. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes and how many different teams really kind of stick with it. So again, it's not out here yet. I know it's coming, but that will be definitely an interesting little piece to see how that performs.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that sounds okay. I mean, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that one. That one's kind of a mixed bag. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on it?
for sure. I like what they're trying to do, which is get people to be more kind of community focused.
Yep.
So I like the intention. Um, there's not a lot there yet, obviously, so that will be kind of like it'll be one of those things where we have to see how does it play out, how does it kind of happen there. So just
Yep.
kind of curious to see, like I don't think it'll be high dollars. I think it'll be more like for bragging rights and such. So it'll be interesting
Cool.
nonetheless.
Got it.
All right. All right. So we're back up top. We've been seeing the rookie releases. There's been two waves so far. There's a third wave dropping on Thursday. That will be the final wave of the three big ones. The what's been really interesting to me is these $299 packs
Mm-hmm.
that are like the guaranteed signature moments
Sure.
have been selling the best out of everything. There's a
Right.
hundred of those packs, and they had over 2,000 orders both weeks for 100 packs. So people aren't even like people are putting in for 10 and not even getting one.
Wow.
So it is those are doing really well. These $69 packs there's 200 of, those are selling well. They're also selling out. The ones that are not selling out are the kind of the chance hits and the chance premiums. So they have a buyback component, but they're not great. Like in the sense of you're buying a $9 pack here, but you're probably going to pull two kind of rookies. There's some good ones mixed in there,
Yep.
but when you sell back for $4, that's still $5 you lost for just
Yep.
for like the lottery chance. Same thing here. You're looking at a $14 loss on the $15 buyback.
Yep.
You're getting a premium rookie, but when you are spending $30 and most of the rookies are not going for over 10, then it's you're really just again playing the lottery for Travis Hunter, or even if you get a Cam Ward or an Ashton Genty, those are like 18, 19, $20 moments at this time. Is it really worth, you won't do the buyback because it's not worth the difference, but you're still not making money on the pack.
My question is this, and I'm, maybe I don't understand, but wouldn't it be better? Like, so they sell, like, what is it, 100 packs here, 99 packs
Yep.
of these signature moments, and they're selling for like $300, so it's like about like around 30 grand, right? That they're taking away from that.
Yeah.
If they just took those moments and they mixed them in, like we had talked about before, and created 15,000 packs, and you had to like dig for them, and you made them like 15, $20 a pack, or whatever, and it's like, maybe they had like some buyback type of thing on that. Wouldn't that generate a lot more money?
We'd have to do the math on it. There are some of those moments buried in all these packs as well.
I know, but
So,
it's so few that it's not. I don't think it's. I think the average person's like, it's not worth it. But if you took all of these, if people were like, the Travis Hunter's still out there and it's worth so much, doesn't that bring out the gambling kind of? I don't know. I still like wonder.
it does, but people are paying a premium for those moments right here because there's a gamble right here. Like when you pay for that signature moment, there's no guarantee you get Travis Hunter or you get
Yeah,
Ashton Genty, because you look at the signature moment, there's only a handful that are going over, a few $100s like this. So
right.
it,
But
again, I hear what you're saying.
I just
It
wonder, like,
is,
like if you go out and buy, like, if these guys are buried in there, you could go out and buy 15 packs and try to
yeah.
dig for them, and you might be able to pull two. I don't know. I wonder, like, I wonder about that, because again, these two packs right here are not selling, and maybe and I don't know if there's a way, like with the new statistics, to check and see how many packs are actually left, because it looks like there's
Yeah.
15,000 packs, but if of
If we
15,000,
click in, it would tell us.
huh?
I'm sure it would tell us. If we click in, it probably would give us the information.
Got it.
Let's see. There are. Oh, here we go.
So there's 9,000
All
left.
right. Yep.
So 61% of them.
Someone. Yeah. And there's still some decent. You look here. There's a legendary debut C.J. Stroud in there. There's a
Yep.
legendary Micah Parsons rookie. Legendary Bryce Young. So, oh no, the Bryce Young got pulled. I apologize. There's a Joe Burrow. There's a George Pickens. There's a
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. There's some good. There's a signature Matthew Golden still left. So there are still good moments left
Mm-hmm.
in there. But again, it's just the chances of pulling them are so slim
Right.
that people just aren't going for them. People are going for the sure thing, or at least a more surefire thing
Sure.
with the other packs. But
And they sold like about 5,000, like maybe 5,000 6,000 of those packs.
well, of those, and then let's see, of the 5,000 of these, I think they sold, I want to say half, but I can't remember now. Yeah,
So
half.
so
So
if again, you always want to double check my math, but if my understanding is correct, if they sold 5,000 of those packs at $9 a pack, they made more money off of those packs than they did off the other ones that had the guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, to me, does it, I mean, am I reading this wrong?
I I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're like I mean, I think the rationale is that
They just
they
want to
want to
guarantee it.
give collectors, yeah, a way to guarantee it. But yeah, I mean, like,
Okay.
yeah, like if you do the rough napkin math, I mean, you're right.
It's like they're making more
um
off the cheaper packs, and if they just mix those in there, they'd sell a boatload of them, and they would probably take home double what they took.
yeah.
I don't know, just something I
Yeah, I
see.
mean, no,
But
you raise a good point. I mean, I wonder if it's just if the odds would just be too long for people to want to buy them like they are now, or I don't
yeah,
know. That's a great. I mean, it's a good question, right? Because if you're doing 100 and there's
yeah,
$300, that's 30K right there.
yeah,
Okay. And then if you're doing 200 of a $69 pack, that would be 13. Well, let's just round up and say it's 14K.
yeah.
So that's 14K in packs.
So
And
then
then you
add
have
those two together, and you've got what? You've got
like
44,
44.
right?
Yeah.
And then do 5,000 packs at $9.
Well, but it's not $9 because you're offering a buyback at four. So it's honestly it's a $5 pack.
Okay, well, I guess if you want to count it that way, but you could also say that
I
it's
do,
actually
but
6,000.
what I would say is if you take 15,000 packs at $5, meaning if every
Yeah,
pack got
right,
bought
right.
back,
Yeah,
that's 45,000 right
I
there.
know.
So it's the same price. It's the same. So they could do another 15,000 packs and distribute these moments that are in these two
And
and
probably
get the
bump up
same
the
amount of
price
money
by
out of it.
like they could make it a $15 pack instead of a
I
$9
don't think
pack.
you'd have to do a buyback, honestly. If you took all the moments
Yeah.
from these two sold out packs and you dropped them
Yep.
into a pool of 30,000, I'd have to see the odds. That's the only thing. I guess I'd
Yeah.
need to see the odds just to
Sure.
understand. Like, but
I
yeah,
I
ideally
get
you could just do a $7 pack, no buyback.
right. The only thing I can think that they didn't understand is how popular the signatures would be. Maybe they just didn't understand. Maybe they were
No,
trying to.
they knew. They knew that these were the moments because they've been that's what they're pushing
I
right now.
mean,
Like they
f-
knew
right.
this was the thing. So I think they knew. I just think that they're trying to. I mean, if you look at the values, they're roughly equivalent. So I'm thinking they're probably doing market research to see what people will pay, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is like your idea makes sense, but people are showing right now that they're kind of going away from the lottery, from the gambling into the sure thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think because it's to them, I mean, it's probably the better deal.
Well, and it's more scarce too, so I think you also see a lot of people buy in because, hey, I'm going to buy this pack for 300 and turn around and sell it for 450. Like it's
Yep.
a much easier flip
Yeah.
than buying a $9 pack and sitting and waiting for them to sell out after 15,000, so it's a much easier, like I think you see it's almost like the demand like doubles because
It
there's
feels.
people
Yeah.
interested in it, but then you have all the people piling in that just want to do pack flipping.
It feels like they're sabotaging the bottom two, and they're the top two do extremely well, but the bottom two don't really have a chance.
Which it's really interesting because the buyback packs did really well when there weren't premium packs above it taking that money away.
Yep.
But when there is a choice, the choice went for the high dollar stuff. If they only did the buyback packs, yeah, they'd be moving for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, either way, I'm fine. I'm
Here's what I'll
just
say.
it
I
just
think we will see them do different
yeah,
strategies
yeah. And
throughout the
again, yeah.
year.
There's no perfect recipe. I don't want to sit here and say I know better.
No. But you're asking a good question, which is why one of those drops. Why didn't they just do an all like and maybe that's what they'll do the third one because I feel like they kind of did something like that last year with that third drop. There was something different. I remember the first two rookie debut drops. They like kind of did like half the rookies one drop and half the rookies the other drop. Like remember they like weighted it. Like the first drop there was like a ton of Caleb Williams and a ton of I think it was
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, and then the second drop it was like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors, or either way, I'm probably mixing up who was where, but the point being that they mixed them over two drops, and then the third drop was just like kind of like a little bit of everything versus being weighted towards players. So I'll be interested to see. Like, I haven't looked at the numbers close enough to know, will this third pack just be in line with the first two, or will it be weighted a certain way?
Sure. Okay. Well, let's see if we can move on here because I think we're going pretty long here. So let's try to
All right.
um, cut through the last final subjects. And
Yeah. So real quick, there's a new feature that's out, the activity feed. It's in kind of beta mode. So if you signed up on the Twitter feed, you could get access to it. This is what it looks like. You're just able to come in here. You can put it on featured or all. If you go to featured, it kind of gives you like the highlights, which is more like legendary moments, high serials, things like that. And then on the all mode, you just get everything. So it's like you want to watch a pack rip, you want to see what Thumbelina here got. Thumbelina got a Will Campbell and a what's his name, Schlesinger or whatever from the
so
Browns, the
So what you're
linebacker.
saying here is that I see everything that's bought on all day. It's like literally a feed of like if Jimmy Jenkins buys this and Tommy buys that,
Yep,
it's just like boom, 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 boom. We're seeing everything that everybody buys. But in the
correct.
in the featured mode, they're only going to feature like the high dollar stuff.
Right. Yep. So as you see here on like the all, like we're seeing all the rookie debut packs that are getting ripped right now that different people are buying.
Right.
So it could be complete trash, right?
So if
And
somebody's
then
buying
if
a
you come
common,
in,
you're going to see the common come up.
you got it. Whereas here you're seeing again, it's like a Josh Allen Hine legendary got bought, or a Donovan McNabb #1 got bought, another legendary, or what you'll see, or like someone completed like a legendary set here.
Okay.
So they bought looks like they bought the Mahomes and completed the set.
Okay.
Or then you'll get like really good pack pulls, right? So you got a fantastic pull here. So we pull this and the rookie debut. These were all so this was so shout out Matty Ice for going absolutely like psychotic on the leaderboards. He burned pretty much the entire Hollow Icon series from 2024 to get the top five, um, to get the #1 serials of all these signature moments. So he got the Jalen Walker, he got the Amarian Hampton, the Jackson Dart, the Tyler Warren, and
Jesus
the Tet
Christ.
McMillan. But he got all five. Like he just absolutely, like, and I'm telling you, he basically just burned. He burned there was a Justin Jefferson that was a lock, like a lock reward. There's only 17 of them gone.
Hey, Matty
So
Ice, if you need a spare bedroom because your wife's kicking you out, let me know. We can maybe hook you up here because
we can help you
Jesus
out, man.
Christ, kid.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like respect to that guy, but you can come in here. So here's like an example, right? Here's a third, fourth round defense, and this guy pulled a jersey serial. So you can see that
Yeah.
Philly 919 here pulled the jersey serial of Revel. So which is a bummer because he's probably an Eagles fan and he pulled a Cowboys jersey serial. But nonetheless, you can see this, and it's good too if because if there's a moment I'm looking for and I see someone pulled, the whatever the jersey of some guy that I'm after.
Yeah.
Now I know who to go harass and get all over.
That
Um,
would be nice if you could harass him via all day instead of going in through other channels. But
which yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, you can you
maybe
you
that'll be
can't message
next.
them via all day. That's hopefully next where you can do something like that.
Sure.
But nonetheless, it is a good. I like
Yep.
what I'm seeing here. It's a
Yep.
good start. They're starting to, and here's the other thing too. They promises made, promises kept, right? So they're delivering on some of the things that they said they were going to, which is nice to see.
Yep. Okay. Any other things that we need to cover besides the features?
We'll go over one last thing, and then I think we can wrap up, which is that they've reopened the rookie leaderboards. So you can see here, all the rookies now have their leaderboards. You can come out
Ah,
here. People are already starting to lock. Someone's already got $1,000 worth of Cam Wards locked, so good for them. Good God, how many Cam Wards? 50 Cam Wards.
shit.
So good for JDG.
Yep.
Um,
Did they
anyway,
did they reset any is the team leaderboards? Are those still active from last year? Is that
teams are still teams. Yeah, teams won't go like those stay locked as is.
Yep.
Those are not reset. The rookies did, they're obviously there's
Yep.
new rookies, and there's a little bit of a different twist this year in that before last year they're doing the rookie honor set again. Last year it was the number one person got the jersey serial, the number two person got got their pick of whatever, so they usually took the jersey serial. The
Sure.
number two person got the next pick, and number three got the third pick. Well, now what they're doing is they're saying, okay, if you're first place, you get the one you get a it's a legendary with like they're doing like tiered legendaries. So like I don't know if it's going to just have a different color border or
Mm-hmm.
something, but something to signify that you were first place. So the legendary you get is going to be a one of one. And then they're going to do a series of five, a series of 15, and a series of 25.
Hang
So
on,
the
hang on.
top
Let me just make
46
sure.
people,
It's
yep,
like a legendary set. Like there'll be 47 of them, but your number one or you're the one that you get will look different than everybody else's.
correct. It'll like have a gold board, like a double gold border, right?
Okay.
And then
Okay.
maybe second through six will like be a gold with a silver. And then 7 through 21 will be gold with a red. And then 22 through 46 will be
Got it.
gold with a green.
Okay.
I don't
It's
know,
none of
but
this one of one moment shit from before though, right?
no. It is. They're called parallels. They do them in Top
Yeah.
Shot,
Okay.
and the
That's
way
what I
they did them was
assumed.
just like different effects on the
Yeah.
like the reveals and things like that.
Sure.
So it's the same moment. It's just more special.
It sure is.
Yeah, super special. I do think this will be interesting though. For what will be interesting to see is that you're going to see players like let's say a player is number 22.
Mm-hmm.
So that all these moments won't have a jersey. But when you get down to 22nd through 46th place, there's 25 moments that are going to be numbered. And one of them is going to be a jersey serial. So it'll be interesting to see if those become more sought after than maybe the tier above it.
Hmm.
Or, it will people try to
I'm sure they'll give you
purposely,
a pick of which one you want, right?
well, no, because if you're first place, you're going to get this one of one moment. You
Oh, I
don't get
see.
a pick. It's going to be randomly distributed. So someone who finishes between 22nd and 46th place, if the jersey serial number is between 1 and 25, is going to pull a jersey serial.
Right, but let me just ask
And
you this. Like, I mean, they give you first place, they're giving you one moment. Does it say what cereal is going to be the
well,
one
yeah, it's
moment?
one of one. Yeah, it's one.
So the moment's only going to be one of one. It's not going to be like one of 47, but it looks different.
That's a good question. I don't remember how they did that with the parallels. I believe each parallel has its own set of serials.
So there is going to be one of one moments. What the fuck?
There is, but it's still going to be a legendary moment. It won't be an ultimate. It'll still be
Mm,
a legendary moment.
no, 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 no. Don't do that. God, that sounds terrible.
Oh, I think that ship might have already sailed.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. And God, I hate that.
What about that is chapping your ass?
I mean, honestly, if I win this prize, it's like I don't want a one of one moment. I mean, to me, again, one of one moments, they're not valuable. You're the only person that's got the one. It just,
Well, but it's not a one of one. It's a one of 46. It's just you happen to have the highest tier.
yeah, but if it says like one of ones, like you have the one red one, it's like it should be, to me, it should be a set of 46 moments, and you've got the one of the 46 that looks different. And it's like, you can get that, you can get any of these, but if you do happen to buy serial number one or whatever, it just happens to have a red border on it, and which makes it look
Yeah.
special. But it should be part of like a set. It shouldn't be like a one of one, because then it's like if you wanted to use it for like a what's it called, like a contest or something like that, then it's like then only one person has it. So it's kind of, I don't know. It just, to me, it's like what
Well,
value?
but I would. So I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, you can use it for a contest because when you use it for the contest or playbook or anything, having that special red border isn't going to do you any favors. The only thing it does is make it more valuable to some people because it's more rare because it's that parallel. But when you use that moment, it's going to play as a legendary. It's going to play the exact same way that the person who finished in 46th place is theirs is going to play.
Okay. I mean,
Eh,
yeah. I'm not. It's kind of like, I mean, it's the same thing as what were those moments? Genesis called, or they were.
Yeah, those were different though because they were just one of they were literally one of one. There was nothing else that looked like them, nothing else that had that same moment.
Sure.
Here there is
Well,
if I'm a collector, like let's say I love Cam Ward, right? But I finish, you know, 73rd. If I want to go out and buy a Cam Ward legendary moment, I'll be able to do that of this series, I'll be able to go out and buy one. They won't be the one of ones are almost unobtainable because they're like so expensive. The rookie honor moments from last year, if I just want one to have one, like, getting one of those of 25 moments will be a lot cheaper than buying a one of one. So it is, if the color of the background's not important to you, you just want the moment, then you can still have the moment at a decent price.
Yeah, I'm just anything that's a one of one. I'm not a fan of. I'm
I
just gonna
understand.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, I'm not. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not like I don't. I can go either way. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't need to have a one of one. It's like if I love Cam Ward, like having the one of one. I mean, his jersey number is one, so having that is going to be really extra special for whoever does finish first for Cam. Which,
right,
it's a long season, but I'll say that JDG's off to a nice start. But
yeah, there should
this
always
award's
be
going to be
10 of
competitive.
there should always be 10 of everything. At least like I think what they did with the
Yeah.
ultimate, like 10 should be the absolute minimum that they carry. That would be
Well,
my thought.
yeah. This is that, again, they're trying something new, so I
Yep.
applaud that. We'll see how it goes, and that will be that'll be something that'll be an interesting kind of end of season thing to see how that plays out.
Sure. Sure.
All right. Well, that was all I had in the way of updates. Anything else you got?
No, I mean, I guess just quickly, and maybe we can just turn this into like a little Twitter thing. I mean, what do you think now that you've got all this in your pocket, moving into the season? What's your take on the season?
What's my take on the season? I think rookies are still going to dominate. I think, the playbook is going to be really fun. I think I'm looking forward to like playing the playbook every week. I'm looking forward to even doing the pick 'em and the one and dones. I think the one and done will be an interesting strategy piece. So I'm excited about that. But I definitely think that the rookie boards are going to dominate. Like that's going to be what it's very heavily focused on for a lot of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will be interested to see, for people who collected the metal gold last year or the hollow icons, which were like kind of the two staple sets that they introduced last year. They introduced those sets, and now they're having everybody burn the moments for the leaderboards. And I'm curious to see if they're doing that just because that's the like is that what those sets were for, was just to have and burn the next year, or are they kind of shaking out the people to burn to have a few people left, and then they're going to reward set holders, people who were willing to hang on to their moments and keep their sets together? Are those people going to be rewarded? And it hasn't been announced yet. There's no, like, we haven't heard one way or the other, so I'm very curious to see if they're going to reward collectors or if it's just going to be one of those things where it's like just burn everything from last year to the ground and get everything that's new.
Okay. Well, let's go into another quick area about predictions.
Yeah.
How many new users do you predict that they'll pick up this season with everything that they've done? Do you think that? I mean, because to me, all the predictions about the season are great, but the real prediction is how many new users will
Yeah.
they get? And do you think that
Um,
what they've done is enough to put people in the seats, or is it just another like 2023, 2024, or have they made strides to like change things?
I think they've made strides. Now what it will result in, I don't know. Like how many new users does that put into the ecosystem? That's a great question. I think that there will be a lot of people who hopefully will share this with like their buddies and say like, "Oh, hey, come try this game, like play this game with me or whatever. Like, let's
Yep.
see who can you know, like, I'm thinking about how I'm going to use it. Like, right? So you and I got some buddies that we're going to hit up, and I think we're going to say, hey, like, get in this league and let's see who can pick this better and who can do this better
Sure.
and do some of the free stuff with us. And so I'd like to say that I think that it'll get people there. Now, I think that there will be a lot of interest. Now, how many of those folks are going to convert into actual buyers and users of the ecosystem? I don't know. But I would say at least a couple thousand new users will try some of the games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of them will actually buy moments. So I'd love to see a way to like really, catch those people. Like I know you get a free pack and things like that. So I'll be curious to see how do you what are they going to do to like, to keep those users engaged and get them to convert to people who want to spend money?
Got it.
And hopefully it is, hey, you did well in the free league. Did you know that you can win even more money in the pro league? So maybe spend, $50 and buy some floor moments and you might win, double your money next week.
Sure.
What about you? What's your take on, I mean, when you're looking at this, I know you started the season a little pessimistic, not feeling like the love for the ecosystem. Like where's your head at?
My head is that I get excited for playing the games and using the moments I have. I think I've lost a lot of interest in buying packs. It doesn't feel like it really benefits you in the long run. So I kind of jumped out of like, I don't really buy as many new moments anymore. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm just kind of carrying what I have, and I feel like I'll buy a few along the way, but buying them in packs is not an option for me anymore. I don't want to do that. Um, what I think as far as the new users go, I think that they've made some moves that will probably bring in some. It'll be limited. I still am going to go ahead and I'm going to double down on the fact that influencers are going to be the way that they actually get real numbers for new users. I think that, giving these influencers like a code and saying, hey, if you get this many people to sign up, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. Once you start like putting some incentive on like, hey, we're going to actually advertise to get asses in the seats, you're going to start getting people signing up. I think that's how you move real numbers. I think for right now, like
Yeah.
they've made the game more fun, but now they actually got to get people lined up around the door. And it's like, there's ways to do that. And you can do it this way by saying, hey, look at my great product. Please come down and check it out. Or you can actually go out and do like some real, like some homeboy networking and like get out there on the streets and be like, hey, like check this out. And like you get a little cut from it and then getting people in that way. And I think that is how they're going to do it.
Yeah, and I'll say that it's what the influencers is something they've talked about. I'll be curious to see if they don't partner with like the Good Morning Football crew, right? And have them play one and done all season or have them use the pick, like I think something like that would be really powerful if they could get, like if it's a free game, like, hey, Kyle Brandt, you want to like let's go one on one. Try to beat Kyle Brandt this week and pick him or try
Sure.
to beat,
Yeah.
whoever like and using some of those like personalities on the NFL network. I think tying into them, that would be an amazing, like, you want to talk about a way to get a lot of users in really quick.
Yeah.
Here's a free pick 'em game. If, go out there and beat Kyle Brandt and, Kyle Brandt's going to, whoever beats him, he's going to pick one random person and give them a free jersey or something, like
Right.
do stuff like that. Like, I feel like that could really be effective with the influencer piece.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to something you said, which is that you're not like into the packs anymore. And I want to ask you, like, so, okay, so what would get you to buy packs again?
I don't know. I don't know if they're. I mean, again, it's. I felt like I used to buy them because I would get moments and they would have some type of value. But I feel like it's pretty predictable what's going to happen to the moments. It's like the way they set it up is that you're paying a lot of like. Let's go back to the packs that we were just talking about, the autograph packs.
Yeah.
If that was like a $9 or $12 pack, and I had a chance to maybe get like a Travis Hunter in there, I might go out and buy like 5 or 6 and just take a swing at it, right? Even if I
I mean,
couldn't,
you
even if
do
I
have
could,
a chance to get a Travis Hunter, but just
you know what I'm saying? Like if I actually had a real chance,
a better
like
chance.
I'm not
Yeah.
an idiot. I'm not going to go out there and just take a swing for the fences and say, like if I actually thought I had like a legit shot, like if they like again, if they take all those moments and they cram them into one pack, and I've got just the same odds as anybody else. But what they do is they have a fast pass and they have a slow pass, and they expect people to go in and buy the slow pass. I ain't buying the slow pass. If you're gonna
Yeah.
continuously have the fast pass, then let the people buy the fast pass. I'm not interested. But you want to combine it back to the way it used to be, where everybody gets a fair shake at it, then I'm interested.
Hmm.
That's where I felt like I actually had just as much chance as somebody else. But what they're doing is they're letting the big dogs cut off the top. Like, oh, they're gonna come in, they're gonna cut off the top, and then you guys get
Yeah.
what's left, and then good luck with your odds, and those odds are absolute shit. So I'm not interested in that. So to me, the best thing to do as a user is just to watch everybody go in and buy everything and then dump it. And then just buy it when they dump it, because essentially at the end of the day, people are just going to dump stuff. They want that big prize, and if they don't get that big prize, they're going to dump it. I'm a collector, they're a gambler. So that's just
Yeah.
my way of looking at it. So there is no purpose in buying packs as a collector. Just let them dump it, and you're going to get it at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It does affect me as far as playing the game. Maybe I don't get to play the games, but again, like just common sense says, look at the amount of money that you could win gambling, look at your odds, and then look at what you're paying out to try and play. It doesn't add up at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
I mean, if the only reason you're in this is to try to win money out of the playbooks, then yeah, your odds.
yeah,
There are people who are going to do it and be able to
they're
successfully do
counting
that.
on
But
people to do that.
yeah, but I'm saying there are people who will spend, they do it in Top Shot. They spend a certain amount on a collection, they
Yeah,
play it, and they win, and then they sell, and then they make, again, no one's going to get rich out of it, but people are, can make small chunks of money out of it and do that. But the majority of people, I think, are collectors who also want to do fun things with their collection.
yep,
And
yep,
so it is, like I'm a Titans fan and I love collecting Titans moments. But I also will collect a Joe Burrow and a this and a that because they're good players and I can use them. And so maybe I win $400 and that gives me the money I needed to go out and buy that Joe Burrow rare that was I missed back in Series 2 during the drawed up days. And I've been kind of keeping my eye on it, and I now all of a sudden I got a little extra cash, so I can buy that and buy a couple of moments for next week or something. So
right.
it, I got what you're saying. I agree, but I do think. I mean, yeah,
As
I
a, as
really I
a,
want to think more about the. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, as a collector, I mean, when you collect moments, buying moments August through, or even late July through December is the worst time to buy them. It's like if you're a
Yeah,
collector, you're in the off season. That's when you're picking up moments. Like wait until your favorite player gets hurt. That's when you're picking up, because again, then all the gamblers are out. Like that guy's out for the season. It drops. It's like if
yeah,
you're a collector and you believe in that player, the team, whatever, that's when you're going to get it. So to me,
yeah.
that's the time to do it. Again, there's no value like if I get the autographed Travis Hunter moment today, like yeah, maybe it gives me like special access to a few things, but let's say Hunter gets hurt like week 3 and he's out for the season. Like you wait till about week 17, week 18, and then people are like, that rookie, maybe he's going to be a bust. Like there's going to be people that are going to start saying, he's too small, he's a bust. That's when you're going to see that drop. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
that's me. I'm that meme hiding behind the bush, just like, yeah, I'm gonna get that then. So it's like that's when I jump on it. So again,
Right.
buying the packs when they first come out, it's like buying things at retail. And to
Yeah.
me, it's if you don't have a fair chance at doing it, then you're just paying retail price to get a moment and get it up front. And people probably don't want to hear that. But again,
No, no.
if the
Yeah.
packs were equally priced, then everybody would be paying retail for the same chances. But again, they're just saying, "Oh, cut it off the top." That's the part that kind of pisses me off, is that they create these
Yeah.
like special packs for these special people, and then they want us like other people to come in and buy the rest of them. No, it's like
Right.
you either do it like all for one, or then just do it for those special people, and we'll just wait around and
Yeah, you just want to see the packs just be equal odds for everybody, and just
yeah,
like let the big dogs just buy way more packs if they want to get their moments. They'll still get them. They just have to
yeah.
buy, they just have to rip 10 packs instead of one to get it.
Yeah, yeah. And again,
Yeah,
it's like if they're happy making the money that the way they're making it, then carry on. But I think that if you're gonna play to a bigger market and you really want like users coming in, you've got to get people a legit shot at getting things. You can't just have special packs all the time where it's the big dogs come in and pay all the extra money and get it. It's like that. It
yeah,
just you're never going to have a massive product. I mean, maybe they do it that way in Top Shot and it works out. I don't know. I just look at it from a large scale perspective that, if you get 1,000 people that think they got like an actual chance at getting something, then it's going to go a lot further than just knowing that 20, 30 people are going to have a shot at getting those moments. And then you've got like you've got like a lottery chance of getting one of those other moments, through a pack that's
I
like a low
think
dollar.
the way they do it right now works for their smaller user base, but I do agree that if the user base gets bigger, they're going to have to go to more just like generic, like how it used to be, right? You would get like they'd have well, they did have two. They would have like a week 14 regular pack and a week 14 premium pack. And the premium would have more shots at rares and legendaries, and then the regular would have some shots at rares and legendaries, but less so. And that I think that's probably more what you're talking about. The one thing I'll add on to this is like for the collectability, I would love to see like the locking rewards be new players. And it's the problem with the locking rewards is they always pick guys like, and I get it, they're picking guys that are like, you know, like Mahomes or, whoever, is like kind of
Joe
an
Burrow.
established guy, and it's
Yep.
great to have those as like rewards. But I would love to see like, if they're doing like the wide out wonders or whatever, like do that, and then whoever like emerges this year that's like a second or third year player that no one really saw coming, make him a reward. Like make it so that like because now all of a sudden there's a reason to collect these
Right.
moments to get somebody who I can't get otherwise this
Didn't they
year.
do that with Puka
So
Nakua?
now Puka had, he had debut moments,
Oh, he did. Okay.
but they did do stuff with. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I thought they did something like that, but he was like a player that emerged. He would have been a
Yeah.
perfect player to do that with.
And they kind of did. He didn't get a moment
Right.
until the like mid-season drop
Right.
of the dynamics. So
Right.
he was like a later guy, and so there was a bit of that with him. But again, it's like same idea. It's like doing locks of players that are more scarce or don't have moments
Right.
yet, things like that. I feel like that could have a really like that would be great for collectors too, because it's like, oh, now I want to collect this set so I can get this special guy. And then on top of that, it's like you got the guys who want to use him for fantasy or the playbook or whatever, who are going nuts because like he's limited, and so it's like it creates like some of those scarcity guys for a year, and then give him his normal allotment of moments the next year. But like
Yeah.
bring back some of that scarcity to it, which I think would be like more interesting, or even just giving someone a new tier, like like maybe this person doesn't have a legendary yet, and so they're like, this is their first legendary ever, or it's their first rare ever
Yes.
that
Agreed.
they've never had.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
One thing I just want to throw out there, and I know we're closing up shop here for the day. I just want to say that Flow, you can buy moments through Flow. Am I correct? Am I what I'm saying?
yeah,
Flow is at 37 cents. It's way down. It's down there. And I would say to people that want to buy moments that getting Flow at a low dollar right now, and if we do see an increase in crypto here coming through, that would be a way to kind of. It's not financial advice. I think that's what they tell everybody to say. But I'm just saying, like, it
yeah.
seems like there's like an opportunity there to, like, I'm personally stocking up on some Flow in hopes that maybe it'll increase a little bit, and I could come in and buy a few moments at a discounted rate. So it's just another option that I see out there that we talk about some of these high dollar moments. It's another way to kind of, in a sense, get them on sale as
Hmm.
by using the Flow network or the
Yeah.
buying the Flow coin. So
All right, but now financial advice.
never financial advice.
Never.
Never, never. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, good, yeah, good call out for people who are, more into the crypto side of things, and something to kind of watch as things go forward. And it's always rocky because it's just when you think it's going up, it turns around and it's come back down. But we're seeing, it'll get there. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting ride over the next few years with that side of things for sure.
Yes, and like I have like some negative opinions about the packs, but I am looking forward to the playbook. I'm kind of looking forward to kind of getting into this, seeing how it goes. I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be some bumps along the way, and they're always figuring things out. I really do hope that the new users is at the top. That's something they're actively trying to do, and I really think, again, I've said it before.
It feels like it is. It feels like that they're really kind of homing in on that.
I
Like
hope so.
it, yeah, I think they recognize that they got to get the numbers up to again, there's only a few thousand people using this. If they can just double that, triple that,
Right.
I mean, that it's still a drop in the bucket. It's nothing compared to like what could be the user base. And so, yeah, they just got to get more interest generated.
Right. And I don't even know what the numbers are right now. I was going to try and pull it up on like a crypto slam or something like that. But
It's like a few thousand. It's still a
is it?
few thousand. It will increase now as like the playbook starts. It'll probably ramp up to the 4 or 5 thousand range, I would guess.
Got it. Have we even
But
seen like what, like, what the numbers are like? I mean, like as far as sales, are they continuously dropping or is it like starting to level out?
I think they've been up, but that's a great. Let me check.
Not to
I feel
extend
like
this
every tool that we ever had is like been
taken away.
decommissioned now. All right, Crypto Slam is still up, so that's good.
All right. So go to the Flow Network.
I am. Whoop.
Flow's looking good.
Yeah, Flow's looking great. Network. Here we go. Flow.
Third place. What the hell is
There it is.
fan
So,
craze?
but you can see right here, I mean, up 110%,
Well, from what?
24
So,
hours ago.
okay. So let's do
Let's go
like
to
a,
a 30-day.
yeah, that's,
Woo, up 286% over the last 30 days. So again, things are flowing in. Like you can see right now.
yep.
Like, well, first of all, let's talk a couple of quick things. Number one, Top Shot sales are basically what triple what NFL All Day is, and Top Shot is in the off season right now. So Top Shot is king. It shouldn't
Oh,
be,
yeah.
but it is. I mean, look at the transaction volume, 800,000 almost versus 70,000. That's like a 10 to 1. But the one thing I will say that this is encouraging. So you only see what 5 6,000 in the buy sell versus 36 3,700 in all day. So the user base is not super far behind. It's just
Well, they
there
are
are a
in their
lot
off
more big
season.
dogs. There's a lot more big dogs in the Top Shot game.
Go into the finites of NFL all day.
So this is what do you want to see? What
No,
30
I'm
day
just
or 24
30
hour?
day. Yeah, 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see the Ron Jaworski pass.
Yeah, everybody does.
Let's see, top sellers. I guess that was just sales. Okay. Okay, so there's the buyers and sellers over. So
Yep.
are those unique buyers? I think
Yes.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is.
okay. All right. I mean,
I'd say it's healthy. I mean, it's
go
not. It's
go
not.
go to all versus 30 day. I'm just curious to see like if it has like a chart that pops up. No.
No,
It
but
used
look at the number of unique buyers and sellers over all time.
yeah.
I mean, think of those. Like, can you imagine if we got back to? I mean, those would be the numbers to get back to. Like, and again, we're
Very
talking
doable.
about 100,000 people. That's nothing. That is nothing.
Yeah. They used to have a
So
chart, and I don't know exactly how to get to it, but it used to kind of say, like, it would show how many users they had during, like, February 2022, and then you could, like, follow it. I don't know if it's in the historical sales volume.
um.
Oh,
I don't have
Rick.
Slam Vision.
Shh. Fucking Slam Vision. They'll get you every time. I think you need Slam Vision.
Do, do you guys take Jolly Junkers?
I was going to say the same thing. Oh, you can sign in
Oh
on like
man.
free access. Okay, well, we'll sign in some other day.
Well, all right. Well,
We'll
yeah,
get Slam
we'll
Vision
do this
another
another
day.
day.
All
Yep.
right. All right.
Anyways, that being said, it's we'll see if they can take my Joker's Club
Yeah, exactly.
card. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
All right.
Let's get
Let's
the
wrap
fuck
this
out of
shit
here.
up.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the seed. Hey, let's just real quick. Football season's almost here. That's super duper exciting.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking pumped. Even if my team sucks ass again, I don't care.
It's good to
This
be
is
in.
just the
Yeah.
best time.
Yeah.
It's just a good time.
Yeah.
So looking forward to like a season here of kind of going through all day and like how it all works out and stuff.
Yep.
But I think there's a lot of good stuff. The games especially. Looking forward to talking about how those work out. So let's try to get back on before the season officially kicks off. Um, and yeah, we'll
Yep.
see you on the next one.
All right. Later.
We're out.